Teasel's Tudor Trivia.
Hi, welcome to Teasel's Tudor Trivia with me, Claire, and Teasel the rescue dog. Now, in my On This Day in Tudor History videos, I'm always talking about the nobility, Earl such and such, Duke such and such, Baron such and such. And I received comments and emails regarding what these titles mean and how they worked. Teasel doesn't understand it either, do you, Teasel? Teasel knows there's a hierarchy in our house, with cats definitely at the top. Humans aren't really at the top, I think cats are at the top. But she hasn't got a clue about the nobility or the class system in Tudor times. So let me explain, and I do hope you're listening to this, Teasel. Obviously, the monarch, the king or queen, and their consort were at the very top with the royal family. And then there were the nobility, the gentry, the higher clergy, merchants, burgesses, artisans, lower clergy, yeomen, and then commoners at the very bottom. Each class of society's duty was to serve the classes above them. That's the microphone, darling. Yes. So each class had to serve the classes above them, and the higher classes were supposed to look after the interests of those below them. This hierarchical structure was known as the Great Chain of Being and was believed to have been decreed by God. But the nobility could also be split into different levels. The highest rank was Duke, Duke coming from the Latin dux, a leader, and the most important Duke in the land was the Duke of Norfolk. The wife of a Duke was a Duchess. Then, in order of precedence, we have Marquess, with Marchioness being the female equivalent, Earl, Countess being the female equivalent, Viscount and Viscountess, and Baron and Baroness. The class below the nobility, the gentry, was made up of knights, squires, gentlemen and gentlewomen, people who didn't have to work for a living. Oh, and to make things rather confusing, a title could go extinct due to a person being attainted for treason or there not being an heir to pass it on to. And so the monarch could bestow that title on another person, and there'd be what's called a new creation. Hence there being someone called First Duke of somewhere, and then there being another First Duke. For example, Charles Brandon, best friend of Henry VIII, was the first Duke of Suffolk, but so was his son-in-law, Henry Grey. That's because the title went extinct on the death of Charles Brandon's son, Charles III, Duke of Suffolk, who was only a child and so had no son to inherit the title. It was then created for Charles's daughter's husband, Henry Grey, and he became first Duke. Confusing? I know. Are you confused? Teasel's not really bothered, are you? Are you, darling? Oh. So that's all we have today from Teasel's Tudor Trivia. Teasel is saying a big hello to you and thank you for joining us. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Teasel's Tudor Trivia.